Hi guys, it's Tim from Intuitive Forces.
Hi, I'm Carolyn again. Welcome. If you're watching us, then you've clicked on our blunt page, and that's our blog page. So, welcome. Let me welcome you to Intuitive Forces if you haven't seen us yet, or if you have, or heard us. Yeah, if you haven't reached us yet. Anyway, this is where we talk about just whatever conversations come up. We would have had a lot more blogs by now, but the holidays hit. It just has to do with when we opened. I think we opened, and then it was Halloween, Thanksgiving.
This is all the holidays.
Honestly, everything, because at the shop it's a spiritualist. It's for spiritualists, so it's a spiritualist shop.
Right.
So there's many religions and spiritualities, that shop there. And did you know there's 25 holidays between Thanksgiving and Christmas? All around the world. Yep.
Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, huh? That's a little ridiculous.
I mean, it's not all for one religion.
Well, obviously. I think that the topic that we're discussing right now,
today's topic, if you
really
guys didn't
popped,
see the ad,
it really just popped
it's
up
about what?
yesterday.
Tell them what it's about. What is today's topic?
Basically, it's about
Not basically. Tell them what it is.
It's about douchebag dudes and
douchebag females.
And douchebag females. Yeah.
These are people who they don't
Right.
strive for greatness. To them, they're like
Destruction.
Well, look, you got to think back to when you were a dirtbag, okay?
Right.
And then you can answer some of these questions for people, right?
Dirtbaggery, yes.
Is there, instead of striving for greatness, they strive, like, to them, they're as great as their mark.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and what's ridiculous is that people think this is ridiculous. Okay, we're talking about guys or girls who date seeking out. We're not just talking about gold diggers. I know our last topic was gold diggers, okay? This is like similar. It's kind of like that, but basically there's
more destructive.
It's destruction, yes. They're violent. These people are usually violent. They usually intimidate and attract with violence. Abusive for sure.
Verbally.
And we're talking about you get your shit together, okay? And I'm not just talking about people who have had to get their shit together, okay? I'm talking about anybody. You could literally never have partied a day in your life, gone to college, got your career, all of this, and we'll just say it just didn't work out in your marriage, okay? And so the dating scene comes up, and a woman, okay, or if this was a woman, then a man. They have these people out there that are actively targeting responsible people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just gold digging. You don't have to have gold. You don't have to be rich. You don't need to have money. You just need to have the potential to continue a flow of responsible things. So a car, a home. Fuck the friendship. I'm sorry, because the friendship circles, you can count those out, because these people will destroy them. They're narcissists, obviously. But what do? They literally, they're like a fucking bomb, placed in your life, waiting, dormant. Sorry.
Example, that's right.
Project your voice though, because I have the microphone right here. Look.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that matters.
So.
I'm interviewing you. Okay, go ahead.
No, okay, so just put it as perspective.
Come here, baby critters.
I got a relationship a couple years ago, and
it
always starts well in the beginning, and I had a couple issues in my past, and I a kid who was, freshly newborn, probably about 3 months when I met him. And we started getting this relationship, and it was really good in the beginning. And, it's a time will tell. Really good in the beginning, really good in the beginning. And just to jump
they'll wait
more
like 2 years
yeah,
if they have to.
and she did.
They do.
So jump,
and don't
forward.
think that they don't know that they do this.
Jump forward.
They do.
She just really only cared about me taking care of this and that, so she
Didn't
could
have
live
to.
her life. So
she didn't
I
have
could
to.
take care, of her son. I could take care of this. I could take care of that. While she
And
goes
even
and does whatever
even
she
though
wants,
you
but
saw
then
him eventually
back,
as your
right,
own kid, it was her
but
child.
then she comes back and puts me down, berates me, whatever, and I'm not innocent. Nobody's ever innocent in these relationships. But the fact is that when you work really hard and you try to change your life, and you get to a certain level where you feel like you're on top finally, and you're working, and you're like, you decide to get into these relationships where you're just like, okay, well, I'm doing great. This person, I want to share my life with somebody. This person is showing me, that they really love me. They want to take care of me, or they want to give to me this and that.
But what those definitions are
right?
then,
It
you
always
gotta know
comes
those
out to
definitions.
by the time, and we're damn near 40, and
now.
Now,
Yeah.
and if you don't know, I can understand.
No,
it's
dude,
younger,
there's a lot
but if you
of
don't
people out
know
there
by now,
They don't.
if you don't know the signs by now,
No,
then you're not
people
looking. You gotta pay attention
Yeah.
to these things, and
I
the
got
red
it.
flags. Are you see them?
They're
You
obvious.
see them as
They're
red.
so
Yeah,
obvious,
you see them.
dude.
You
Let's
see
do
them
that.
as red flags by now. They're easier to spot out. Accept them for what they are. Don't look past them.
So let's talk about these red flags, okay? Because that's the meat and potatoes of this. So for me, this is coming from someone I know. We're going to be wrapping this up quick. This isn't a long podcast.
Yeah.
It should be, though. This is going to be part one.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to call this part one, and then we'll finish it off later because we'll finish off later. We have a time. What's that called?
Time limit.
Well, time, whatever. We have shit
What?
to do. We have shit to do. Anyways, okay, so for me, I've been married 3 times. Alright? It's easy to say I'm the common denominator. Because I am. But, you know what?
Okay.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later.
We'll do another podcast about
But
marriage.
I didn't always have a great picker. You know what I mean? And
to say
and look, there were guys I've dated who did just that. They saw I was they saw I was smart, so I could keep a flow of money coming in. They saw I worked hard. They saw I seeked approval, because I did at the time. Girls, we seek approval from men. I don't know if you men realize this.
Oh,
we seek approval from you the way
men
you would
seek
your
approval from women too.
the way you would the way you would your mom or your dad, right? And men, and people know this. They know when you're seeking their approval, just like they know when you're jealous of them, just like they know when you want what they have, or just like people know when you're avoiding them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are things people just pick up on in human nature.
Right.
And I understand you in your 20s aren't going to recognize these flags, but let me tell you something. When they say love is blind, love is not blind. Love, it accepts, it sees and accepts, okay? What is blind is delusion, alright? So these are usually, if you don't see red flags, dude, you're not wanting to. You don't want to.
Right.
Because they're there.
Right.
And, I mean, I had an ex-husband
Like
who almost ruined my life. If I would have allowed him to ruin my life, as in, if I would have stayed stuck my whole life going, oh my God, I can't believe this. Those people who are drinking all these, like, 10 years later, a decade later, they're still at a bar on the corner getting drunk, talking about, you know what this guy did to me? one guy did to me, and now because of that, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this, I don't have that. A decade later. You got me fucked up if I'm giving anybody power enough to take that away. Call me narcissistic, but I care way too much about myself to allow years of my life after I've ended it to continue to go to my ex. But this is what they want. These are energy vampires, okay? Because they just don't want. They want your energy, but they don't just want your energy. They want your car. They want your house. They want to use all these things. And even if they have a job, it's some crappy job that, like, the only reason why they're at it is because it's easy. They're getting away with whatever they want. Or they're selling drugs to the boss. Or, something. These are losers, guys. Losers. And what is it within us that, and I say us as in, because I consider myself, and I consider you, don't worry, we're wrapping up, to be successful people, okay? At least on our way. And then here's my point. I may not be all extravagant, luxuriously successful, okay? But I'm successful by my standards, okay?
By your own merit.
Yeah, by my own merit. And that is enough for these people. And that should tell you something. It's not the items they want. I mean, they do. Absolutely. If you don't have them, that's a problem. It's what you can produce. It's what you can produce. And whatever it is you can produce, they will put their name on it, or they won't even do that. They'll just drain your accounts, cry to you, ask for another chance, so they can do it again and again and again and again. And the point of that is literally to drive you nuts. It's just to drive you nuts. I'm not coming up with this, guys. I have really talked to men and women who do this. It's an active, yes, people are actively using this right now, way of tearing a person apart, tearing them down. And sometimes they'll start with breaking up a marriage or something. But the point is next thing you know, you're not talking to your family. They've isolated you, because that's the first thing they'll do. They want to isolate you. They either want to be totally, are you falling asleep on me? I mean, I know. I know you're fighting your sleep, but...
No, I was really thinking deep about something, and I didn't realize my eyes, but it's funny.
Anyway,
I was really thinking about what you were saying.
So, I'm just saying though, like, okay, what's the first thing they isolate? And next thing you know, you're not talking to your family, right?
Right.
There's fights
you don't
between
even
your family.
But you don't even know it.
It slowly happens.
Right. It creeps
You
up on
think it's just an argument between your dude or your girl and your family, when in reality, what you don't know is all the shit that's going on in the background. How much people have to rearrange the holidays now because this guy or girl is around, and genuinely nobody in your family wants to be around them. Like, they don't. You're ruining all of it by allowing this in your life. You have got to kick this guy out of your life, or this girl out of your life. You have to. And you can call, oh, but it's love, or how can you call it love if I could just so easily kick him or her out of my life because they're using my stuff? That's basically what people are going to get out of this right now.
I had to,
we have to wrap this up.
A death of a child almost, because I had to let my ex's son, who came to call me dad, go, because it was good for me.
Right.
I had to leave. I couldn't stay up there and take care of
And here's the thing.
While we weren't even
Some
together.
People, but listen to this. Some people will be like, well, I don't, that's what they're getting out of this, is so you want me to leave him because he uses my stuff. At least he's trying. He's not trying. Let me tell you something. That is not trying. That is making you content. That's it. And then he he put some really good he lays some good penis on you.
Or it makes you feel terrible, or it doesn't, but it makes you feel terrible about yourself.
Fix it. Sorry, guys.
Makes you feel terrible about yourself, and you keep going back because by this
Oh,
point,
yeah.
you don't realize that you can do better.
Or you haven't had a girlfriend in so long,
right,
and then you finally have this one, yeah.
You need to get another.
And that's what they'll tell you too. They'll say things like, "Oh yeah, who's gonna put up with this?"
Right.
Or you haven't had a person in this
Just,
long. What makes you think you're gonna find another one like me? Let me tell you something. You will, and right away.
Right.
Just the fact that you even leave them, the universe will place something better.
Or
in their
be
place.
alone for a while. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's a law.
There's nothing wrong with being alone for a while.
Okay, wait, but listen, people who have been alone for a long time are the ones who fall victim to this because they're tired of being alone.
Baby girlers.
Dude, you should like being alone because they sure as shit like being with you.
Right.
And so do other people. They like what you have. Why don't you like what you have?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Why not?
You're successful. Go. If it's summertime, I was about to say if it's summertime anymore.
Well, that would be it.
In the summer, get some
If you live in the southern hemisphere.
In the summer, go get some sea-dews. I was just coming to get the kitten. Go get some sea-dews. Yeah. And there you go. You have a whole new community.
Right.
Of people. You can go boating. You know what I mean? You are successful. Yeah. Use that success.
Right.
Use it. Yeah. And you know what? Don't forget who you are. Use that success against this guy or girl.
Right.
No, wait, don't forget who's bringing what to the table here. And for those of you who are overly arrogant and are like, oh, I know what I bring to the table. I know that they need me. So I'm good. You're not telling me anything, that I haven't already, this, that, and the other. Right? Okay, so you've just made yourself a loser. Mm-hmm. You're okay with this?
No, you're not.
Honestly, you're okay with putting all the work that you put in to yourself and your business or your career or just yourself to heal through life. Yes, just life alone has caused us all to put ourselves in positions where we've had no choice but to heal ourselves just from life. Yeah. And all of that was for her.
Or him.
Or him.
Right. Exactly.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So don't let them take it from you.
No.
And yeah, you can still love a person, but from a distance.
And with
that is our yes. That is those are the forces of our intuition.
Yes.
Ooh. So please continue to come. There's going to be should there be a part 2? I don't know. We'll see. If you think there should be a part 2, then write us. All right? Write us and tell us there should be a part 2.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good day, guys. Bye.